Wait, when I sat down to film this morning, didn't I say I didn't want to write at all today? Dictation is a freaking miracle. And this agent responded the next day, which, can we just take a moment of gratitude and appreciation for agents who respond so quickly? You know that thing when your brain goes on vacation before your actual vacation starts? That's happening. Next week I am going on just a little trip, and I've been working really hard both at NaNoWriMo but also on my client work for the last like 3 weeks, because there are certain things I wanted to finish before the trip started. And I kind of slipped back into some old bad habits of playing that game where I packed more onto my to-do list every day. Not that I am capable of doing, but I pushed it a bit too hard. I have been doing such a good job since, I would say, July, August, of maintaining a manageable schedule where I'm doing a good amount of work every day but not overloading myself. I've been giving myself more space when I set deadlines, just to account for the fact that not every work day is going to go exactly as I plan for it to go. But yeah, I got a little ahead of myself. I got overzealous and I thought, ooh, if I can turn this in and turn this in before the trip, I'll enjoy the trip even more. And I just had to yesterday kind of realize, again, I'm doing that thing where I'm setting arbitrary deadlines. I can have a normal work week right now and go on this trip and completely enjoy myself and still very easily meet all of my deadlines for all of my clients when I get back. I don't know why. This is just a bad habit that it's just gonna take some time to break. So I did a little schedule adjustment yesterday, and things are a little bit easier now, but my brain is still on vacation. I just really want a break. And it's really hard for me to sit down and work on anything. I did not want to vlog today. Today in my schedule actually is fully for NaNoWriMo. That's the only thing I had planned to work on. I did get to just under 25,000 words by the 15th. I think it was like 24,500 something words or something like that. And so I do feel very much like I'm still on track to finish, but oh my gosh, my motivation for everything just is gone right now. The other reason I planned on making today be an only NaNoWriMo day and no client work is because I'm going to get my booster shot and also my flu shot, and it's probably going to make me feel a little blah, and you know, I kind of wanted it to be a little more relaxing day that was just about my words and not about writing words for somebody else. So anyway, I mean, it's still early. Maybe things will pick up. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe get started. Like, if I can get those couple hundred words to actually hit the 25,000 mark before I go get my shots, then maybe that'll be the little boost of motivation I need. And then when I get back, I've got Lisa's live stream, and that always helps, you know, get me kind of going and, you know, revved up. So anyway, yeah, let's see what happens. Double vaxxed. Pew. Pew. I said it before and I will say it again. Dictation is a freaking miracle. I want to reiterate that, yeah, I got almost 6,800 words during Lisa's live stream, which was exclusively during a 5-minute sprint and 3 20-minute sprints. That's wild. It's several scenes. I'm trying to look at my Scrivener document and see where I started today. I think it's like 4 total scenes that I wrote, maybe 5. I think I'm like halfway through a 5th. And again, this is not a real draft. This is me talking through the scene like, then she says this, and here's what's going on in her head, and blah, 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 and kind of like explaining it to myself. But I've found that it's really helping with this kind of, like, I am pantsing at this point. I don't have a plot in mind. I know vaguely the ending that I'm working towards, but I do not know how all the pieces fit together, especially now that I'm well past the halfway point. In fact, I think I am closing in on the climax. I kind of suspect that where I am right now, in fact, my main character is in her dark night of the soul. And the fun thing about it is talking out loud, like just speaking through the scene and what's happening, is I start working stuff out. For example, when I started today, I was talking about my main character, the thing that had just happened the last time, like in the scene before, and I was like, okay, so here's where she is, here's what just happened, and here's what this triggers in her because of her backstory. Like something kind of dramatic has just happened, and it's brought up a lot of issues for her. And I was talking through the backstory part and revealing a little bit more of that, and all of a sudden it hit me. This other character, the character I don't like, the influencer, I've talked about her before, she is in this scene. She is present. And I just suddenly realized that my main character would have a very, very strong, kind of violent reaction to her presence because of what just happened and what it triggered in her mind. And that was really fun. And that was kind of like really drove the next several scenes. I hopped around from point of view to point of view, but someone got shoved down the stairs. Someone got locked in a very, very small space with a corpse. All of these kind of things happened as a result of that realization that I have. And I feel like this is, to me at least, this is what I wanted when I always said I want to be a pantser. It's this kind of spontaneity. Like, I did not plan any of this. I could not have foreseen these scenes coming. I didn't know until I was in the moment and talking through them. And I'm at 6,800 words for today, which is wild. So I crossed over the 30,000 word mark. I am at 31,288 words for today. I'm still feeling fine. I don't have any soreness in my arms from the shots. I'm not feeling tired or anything yet. So I am going to stop and take Rosa on a nice long walk and kind of clear my head. But I'm leaving this open because I left off mid-sentence in a scene from the influencer character's point of view, who, now that I have been writing more from her point of view, I'm starting to enjoy it more. Like, I kind of love to hate her. And I kind of am itching to at least finish this scene. So I should be able to round out this later today with over 7,000 words written, maybe even more. We'll see. But first, a walk and some lunch, and I'm gonna give my brain a little break. So it's almost 3 o'clock, and I haven't gotten back to writing yet because I had to go to the vet because someone is having some stomach issues, you know. And so I had to run to the vet and get some special food and some drugs and get that taken care of. Also, 2 kind of pieces of sort of news, I guess. One that happened a week ago and I just kept forgetting to tell you guys about it, and another that happened today. The first is that I just launched a new course, and this one is for teens. When I say teens, I have had very mature 9-year-old, 10-year-old writers take some of my courses in the past for teens, and they've done great. So tweens and teens, I don't know. Anyway, this course is in partnership with Writing Workshops Dallas. I've worked with them before. It's actually based on, I think I told you guys about the courses I've taught at SMU, that's Southern Methodist University, over the last 2 summers virtually. And so what I've done is I've taken all of my lessons and lectures and created videos and slideshows and, you know, a workbook, and packaged it so the course is video on demand. So students who enroll can watch the lectures at their leisure, whatever time they want. But then once a week, and it's an 8-week course, we're all going to meet as a group on Zoom, and students will have a chance to share the writing exercises that they've done and also share the stories that they're working on, and we'll workshop together, and I'll give them feedback and they'll give each other feedback, and it'll be a workshop and it'll be great because you guys know workshops are my favorite thing. So the course is gonna run, now I realized I should have actually looked at the date before I started filming this, the second week of January, and is when it will officially begin, and it'll be an 8-week course. And what I'm going to do is, once we close enrollment, I will send out a poll to all of the students and find a weekly time for the Zoom workshop that works for everybody. So as of right now, there's no time restriction or anything that a student would have to worry about. Just sign up and we'll go from there. And yeah, I cannot wait. You guys know I talked about teaching so much in the past. I love teaching. I'm excited for this. If you know any teens or tweens or just really talented young writers and you think they might be interested in this, please check the description for a link so they can enroll. And the second piece of news is actually a little bit of agent news. So a very good friend of mine who is always looking out for me emailed me a couple days ago, and she was like, have you ever heard of this agency? And she sent me a link, and it was Publishers Marketplace, and I went and I looked, and it's an agency that exclusively represents ghostwriters. And I started, as one does, doing my research. I read their Publishers Marketplace page and looked at some deals. I went to their website, read all about them, looked up the agent who had founded the agency. They've been around for 20 years, seem incredibly reputable, and have clearly done some really great deals. Of course, part of the fun of ghostwriting is that, like, they can't disclose their clients because they're ghostwriters, but there is some information that they did share, and it's very, very impressive. So obviously, as you know, the novel I'm writing right now, I want to query later in 2022. And I contacted my agent, Sarah. She's still my agent, not quite retired yet. And I, just told her about it, and I was like, do you think I should reach out to them? And also, would it in any way hurt my chances of getting an agent next year if when I queried them, I said, by the way, this agency represents my ghostwriting? And we had a good talk about it. She gave me some advice, but essentially said, go for it. And so I did. And this agent responded the next day, which, can we just take a moment of gratitude and appreciation for agents who respond so quickly? And it turns out that the way this agency works is that they don't sign clients the way a normal literary agency does, because they don't put any of their work on submission. What they do is they collect CVs that list, all of the ghostwriters, projects, whatever they have published. And when publishers reach out to them saying, I'm looking for a ghostwriter for this specific thing, they play matchmaker. And at that point, if that happens, that's when a contract is generated and they take the 15% that a normal agent would take. And this agent said my CV was very impressive and she was going to keep it on file and contact me if anything that fits the kind of stuff that I have ghostwritten before comes across their desk. So hey, that's really exciting, because I have to tell you guys, I am perfectly zen about Sarah leaving. Honestly, I am okay with it, and I've accepted it, and I'm looking forward to querying next year. But last week, one of the editors that I worked with on a work for hire project at Penguin pretty recently emailed me to let me know that she is leaving. She had a child recently, and she's going to just transition into freelancing and working from home. And, this happens a lot in the best of times. I mean, publishing just has a lot of turnover, at least it seems to me. I mean, we're seeing it right now in any industry. Just the workforce in the US post-pandemic is changing. There's just a lot of change, and people are leaving publishing and new people are coming into publishing, and that's normal, and we're gonna see more of it. And it just kind of hit me like, okay, when Sarah retires, I'm not gonna have somebody actively looking for IP work for me anymore. And that's okay, because I have contacts myself, but how many more of them are going to leave? Like, how long is it gonna take before all of the editors I've worked with are gone? Because she wasn't the first. Quite a few have left. And yeah, it just kind of made me realize, oh man, my IP work might be a lot harder for me to get. So I'm extremely excited that this agency is now going to, you know, that they have my CV on file and they're going to keep me in mind for, you know, kidlit ghostwriting opportunities that come up. So hooray for that. Anyway, so right now it is 3:16. I could very easily, I usually typically quit writing for the day by 4 o'clock. I'll maybe do some video editing or other projects. And it would be really easy for me to say, hey man, I wrote over 6,000 words this morning. That's gonna be it for the day. That would be a good day. But I kind of want to push it. I want to see how much more I can get. So those 20-minute sprints were working really well for me this morning. I think I'm just gonna set a timer for 20 minutes and start that dictation and see how much more I can get. Dictation is magic. Okay, I know this is ridiculous, but 9,220 words. I just can't leave it there. I have to go for 10. All right, a little over 10,000 words today. Wait, when I sat down to film this morning, didn't I say I didn't want to write at all today? So that's crazy. I will say this, my throat is getting a little scratchy and sore. And I mean, I read 10,000 words out loud today and also was on a live stream. It's a little confusing because I got 2 shots today. But I don't think that this is a side effect because I am experiencing literally 0 other symptoms. I don't even have soreness in my arm, and I did from the first time I got the COVID shot, so that's nice. I'm glad I'm not having any symptoms, but my throat's like, okay, shut up, stop talking. And now my project is at 35,000 words, almost, just under. It's close enough. And yeah, like, NaNoWriMo is going real well this time, and I'm really excited because I thought the whole like second half of Act 2 was gonna be a slog for me because it usually is, but I feel like it's actually, you know, the last couple weeks I've been working on it, it's felt really good. There's some fun scenes in there, and now I'm really truly approaching like the whole dark night of the soul, moving into Act 3, build up to the climax part of the book, which is just, it's so cool that the end is actually in sight. That's gonna be it for this vlog. I probably will not have a video on Tuesday because I'm gonna be going out of town, but I will be vlogging, and I will have another vlog for you guys next Friday. Let me know how your writing is going, how everything is going for you this week, and I'll see you guys next week with another one. Bye!